Hi, hello. Hi. So today we will be having a really quick game. Well, I'm not sure how quick it could be, but well, the title, the description says that it's around 30 minutes, and so happen to have some time to play a short game, but after playing, I think I would continue streaming while reading, just, until I'm very sleepy. I'm too sleepy to actually stream, something like that. But the plan for tonight, our agenda would be to play the game A Taste of the Past. Now, prior to downloading this game, I had no idea what it's all about. And needless to say, I am jumping in without any any prior knowledge about this game. So I would read to you the description of this game. Let's go to it. A taste of the past. What do you do when you lose someone you love? A taste of the past is an emotional side scroller about reconnecting with your Chinese culture while navigating a train to the afterlife, featuring a wholesome story, cooking mini games, and hope. So, yeah, I guess this will have some mini games. I'm glad that it won't be a very difficult game because I'm not very good at games, although I love playing. Earlier, I was planning to stream Minecraft, but I decided that I should just start over a new world so that everyone can see the progress when I do. Anyway, hello, the unprofessional. It's glad to see you here in my stream. And I'll just be, hold on, before we actually do start, I might start playing at around 12 o'clock. From this moment until then, we will just be chatting with each other, you know? It'll be a great time, you and me. So comment in the chat. How has your day been? Was it a relaxing Sunday? As for me, I woke up a little early. Mama Bakunawa and Papa Bakunawa were here today. They don't actually live with me, but they visited us. So I kind of woke up early, had breakfast, and then when they left, I went back to sleep. And then when I woke up, it's already 4:30 in the afternoon. All of the day gone by like that. I slept through the day, but I have been working really hard these past few weeks, so I guess it's about time I get some quality sleep, you know? Uh, anyway, as I was saying, today was a very chill Sunday. I didn't really get anything done. But hey, sometimes you don't have to be productive or anything because there are, there are just days that you have to chill. Oh, one thing that is kind of productive in a social way I met some new friends because uh, if you would remember yesterday, my brother Minokawa, Quebec, was in my chat, and he brought along a very, very special person, someone that I have been simping for. Well, I simp for a lot of people, but I have been simping for uh, Ling, if you know the magical sentient earring VTuber. So I have been looking at her from afar. So her and Serene, they're really adorable and cute, and I wanted to be friends with them, but I was really shy. I've said in my past streams, I think I also mentioned it yesterday, that I am kind of like a vampire, wherein if you don't invite me, if you don't give your consent to me interacting with you, I would be very shy to actually approach you. But once you do approach me first, you're never gonna get rid of me. I'm not supposed to laugh really loud. This is supposed to be a very chill stream. Like, what do you call this? ASMR. Hello, Mayari. Hi. How have you been? Are you having a chill day as well? Anyway, today, if you haven't heard earlier, we are going to have a short gaming stream. The game would be A Taste of the Past, and it is one of those visual novel kind of things. Not really, there are going to be many games, but it's mostly focused on the story. I have no idea what's gonna go on. If this is a jump scare game, I have no idea. So you'll just have to experience it with me. Your day was chill as well. That's good. I hope you rested well. I hope you had fun doing something that you like, because you know how most days we have to do things that we don't really necessarily like, but we have to do them because, well, that's life. We have to do certain things like school, work, and many other things. And weekends is one of those nice little respite from all of this hullabaloo that life is throwing us. Okay, so just a little background information about the game. It has Chinese culture references. If I know about them, I would explain them, but I do not claim to be an expert in that topic. So let's learn about it together, okay? Anyway, I've been sharing my links, which is why I haven't really started yet. I will officially start the game at around 12 midnight. So from right now until then, we are just going to chill like this. And if you have any questions, you can type them down in the chat. You can also invite your friends over to chill with us. Oh, we have a new viewer. Hi, hello. My name is BB, and this will be a quick chill gameplay with me. The game that we will play tonight is A Taste of the Past, and we will officially start playing at 12 o'clock midnight for me, so that's in around 32 minutes from now. So until then, we will just be right here. I will just maybe read stuff for you. Would you like me to read some creepy pastas first? Oh, let's read more about the game that we're going to be looking at. Okay, about this game. How am I supposed to be the whole without you? Okay, about. Meet May, a shy Chinese American high school student dealing with the sudden passing of her mother. After losing all of her mother's recipe, May embarks on a train only to realize her ancestors have boarded as well. She must uncover her mother's recipe for traditional noodles while learning about self love, grief, and healing. Experience a story of growth through reliving precious moments with family and cooking. A Taste of the Past is a relatable, touching journey about holding those you love close. Okay, features. It's going to have cute cooking mini games, gathering ingredients from your ancestors to chop vegetables, fry noodles, and wrap soup dumplings. Experience a cozy, heartwarming tale. Write poetry. Talk about boy troubles. I guess May is having boy troubles. Can't be me. I'm hot. And rediscover why you started painting. Oh, she's a painter. Stylized hand drawn art. Original voice acting. Oh, we're going to have voice acting. Great. Writing, art, and music. Okay, that sounds like a good time to me. Okay, the genre is adventure, casual, and indie. This is a free to play game, and I think if this wasn't free to play, the art justifies buying it, but hey, it's free. Let's see what else does it have. It's an interactive fiction. All right. So what drew me close to this game was the art style. If you have seen my botched, my very scuffed, made in literally 2 minute poster, I like the color palette that they use. It's what color palette is this? This is almost is this complementary? Not really, but like it has blues and yellows. Kinda. Is this yellow? I don't know. But yeah, mostly blues, near and green and yellows. The color palette is very pretty, and the art style is charming, and I'm a sucker for that. I just love pretty art. So when I saw it, I was like, "Hey, this is cute and it's free, so why not?" Okay. Time now is 11:32. Before we actually go and play this game, let me just pull up um a quick SCP story. You didn't know that you're gonna get an SCP story, right? It's one of the things that I wanted to do with my YouTube channel for a very long time now, because before I came into the VTubing community, I was a flesh tuber, as they say, meaning I did show my face, and back then my platform was YouTube and Kumu, which is a live streaming app. It doesn't have a web equivalent, I guess. It's mostly on the phone or any mobile device. And I got really tired of that quickly because I don't know, something about people knowing you personally. Like a lot of people. I like knowing people privately. But VTubing has shown me that I can still make content without actually showing my face to the whole world. And the good thing about that is that I can continue doing the stuff that I want to do while doing my day job, because my day job is being a teacher. I teach children, and I'm just a little worried sometimes that they would find me online, and I don't know, I'm not really comfortable with that idea, although I am, for the most part, very, very say so, very family friendly. You know, I'm playing up on the whole mommy thingy, but I'm not actually doing or saying anything that would get me fired if my employers ever found me. But at the same time, I just don't want to be like known in my company or my future companies if ever I decide to move on to a different one, you know, as, oh, this is the content creator person. So, yeah, if you are watching through my YouTube channel, you might already know me. You might have already seen my face because I've been doing um, flesh tubing. It's so weird to call it that, you know. Like I show my face, I do tarot readings, but before that, I also wanted to do um, a different kind of reading, like a reading as in letters, not cards. I wanted to do SCP readings. What else? Creepy pasta readings. Like all those, just your voice telling a story. That's something that I really like to do, I find, because it started out as me doing actual storytelling, because as you know, I'm a teacher, so there will be times that I'm telling a story to my students, and I would read them a storybook or something like that. And for me, that's also similar to reading SCPs and creepypastas and all those other types of stories online. You just have a different age range, I guess, and a larger audience. And aside from that, I don't really need to be very expressive to an exaggerated extent, because if you're storytelling to children, um, you have to be like a clown, like contort your face. You have to look very, very surprised, like this, like literally shaking if you are telling them something like that. Or if your character is sad, you have to look very, very sad while telling them the story. And yeah. Oh, hi, Maury Calliope. Wait, are you the same Maury Calliope from Isai's Minecraft server? Welcome, welcome, welcome to my stream. Yay! I recognized you. So, Mayari was asking tarot card readings. Yes, that's my main thing, and I've been planning to separate my content for the most part, because I once did a simultaneous stream between um here on Twitch and then on YouTube. I was doing tarot card readings, and it was so weird because on the YouTube side of things, people are just like asking me for tarot readings, like, will I ever get married, or will this guy be the one for me? Is he going to marry me? Those are the type of questions and comments that I receive on YouTube. But here on Twitch, everyone's just like screaming mommy at me. Which I actually like both. It's just that it's hard for me to concentrate on one of the streams. Like, I have to go constantly back and forth between the two platforms because for some reason my chat isn't showing the comments from YouTube. So yeah, about tarot reading, I've been doing it for a decade now. In case you don't know, I'm very, very old, like literally old. So I've been reading tarot for more than a decade, and I'm doing it professionally. Like, it's not my main thing because, I'm a teacher in real life, but it's one of my sidelines. I have a lot of sidelines. I need to earn a lot of money for myself and to put my dragon snail to college. I need to pay for his tutorials so that he can be a very, very smart snail. Anyway, so yes, I do tarot card readings. Well, by tarot card, an extension, I also do oracle cards. They are kind of similar, but not really. The only similarity is that they're both cards and that you do divination with them. But the format is very, very different. But I employ them in one reading. Like, I use the both of them. So yeah, I'm doing tarot card readings. If you are interested in booking for a tarot card reading session with me, you may contact me on Facebook or Twitter. My Twitter handle is right here on the lower left of your screen. And you can also find me on Facebook. Just look for BB or at BB Bakunawa. That's my page. You can message me there. You can ask about like my rates. Actually, I'm gonna go there and look for my rates sheet. Hold on. Oh yeah, so my rates are, if you want to book for an email type reading, I do that. I also do Discord calls. Like, I'll do the reading as we speak on Discord. My rates is for 3 cards. It's $8 for what do you call this? Hold on. Let me just get my stuff so that I don't have to read all of it. Hold on, I can't find it for some reason. Oh, there we are. All right, here are my rates. Oh no, it has, okay, it's right here. It's beside me. So yeah, for 3 cards, it's either $8 or $10. For 3 tarot cards and 2 oracle cards, 10 or 13. Celtic Cross is 15 or 20. I recommend this for like bigger topics, like if you want to learn about your career or money, like if you have just one topic that you want to talk about, I would suggest this. But for love readings, I would suggest the spread that's specific for love. That's either $20 or $25. And then we have the New Year's spread. This is an overall reading. It's actually called a zodiac or astrological wheels spread, but I just call it the New Year's spread because most people would they would request this type of reading during New Year. so that they would have like an idea of what lies ahead. But if you have like a lot of questions, I do also timed readings, meaning for 30 minutes you can ask all the questions that you want to ask, as long as it's within the bounds of my ethics as a tarot card reader. So yeah, that's $25 for half an hour. If you're going to do a full hour, I do a little bit of a discount. That would be $45. And as we um, extend the time, like let's say for 1 hour and a half, I can do a little more discount, something like that. So yeah, tarot card readings, yay! Again, I've been doing this for like more than a decade now, and a lot of people are surprised when I read for them. So, for example, the last time that I did a actually new person, because I have repeat customers, like they come back to me whenever they need guidance, or sometimes they want to do a monthly kind of thing just to have a good feel for the month. But this one is kind of new, and she was like very, very surprised that I've read her love life like spot on, the details. She was saying that, oh, it's as if you've been watching us from afar. And I'm like, yeah, that's kind of the thing with the cards. Even if I don't know you as a person, I will be telling you some things that I'm not supposed to know. And it's kind of weird sometimes, because there is this barrier between you and this person that you just met, and you're going to talk to them about very, very private, personal things. You're going to tell them about the flaws that they have to fix for things to be better for them. Yes, a decade. It's kind of weird how I started out as a tarot card reader, because I first saw like a deck, like touched a deck that wasn't really mine. It belonged to a friend's aunt. They left it in their house, and like a stupid kid, I played with it. Well, I wasn't really a kid, I was in college already. So I kind of played with it. I didn't know how to use it. Obviously, it was the first time that I held a deck of tarot cards in my hands, and then what happened was that it was so weird, because I was just like playing with it, and I was reading for the other friends that we had, and I was just going off of intuition and whatever the little instruction that was there in the little booklet. Hi, Jin. So I was just telling them about how I started out as a tarot card reader. So yeah, I picked up someone's deck and I started reading for friends, and the friends were like, hey, this is kind of accurate. And I thought, maybe I should try this thing, because well, it's working out well for me. Maybe it's a talent. So I saved up. I was in college, so I didn't have a lot of money, and tarot cards are kind of expensive for what they are. They're basically just a hard stock paper or whatever, and then print. So I kind of saved up for that, and then I bought myself my first deck. It's still with me up to today. It's actually right beside me on my table right now. Oh, if you want to know whether to invest your money in certain things, you could like do a specific question, like the three card pulls. I suggest that for yes, no questions. But of course, if you do that, you're not just going to get a yes or no answer. Usually, most of the time, it gives you a maybe, but it gives you a reason why it's not a full yes, or if it's a no, why do the cards think that you shouldn't go with it. So yeah, you don't just get a yes no answer, you also get reasons and explanations. Oh, yes, it came to me very, very naturally, which is very weird at first because I didn't know. I'm not the type of person who would see ghosts or anything like that. In fact, I think ghosts and elementals actively avoid me, and due to my exposure to this line of work, I've come to the realization that it must be because I am well protected. That's why they don't really like being around me because I have something strong protecting me. And yes, it's because I'm mommy. They're afraid of me. Hi, Iris. Hi, guys. Hi. I was in the Minecraft server earlier, and there was no one there, so I kind of left because it felt lonely. Anyway, I'm doing a quick and chill gameplay of A Taste of the Past. It's a story type game. There's gonna be little cooking games and stuff like that. Yes, I think so too. That I ward off bad spirits. I'm kind of like, if you know Chongyun from Genshin Impact, I kind of relate to him that way because he wants to be, what do you call that? What's the Catholic term for that? The one that drives away spirits. Uh, anyway, that type of priest. An exorcist, yes, he wants to be an exorcist, but when he gets there, they already ran away. They're afraid of his energy. So it's kind of similar with me. In a way, I kind of relate to his plight that I kind of want to see because most people from my family, they're very sensitive. They see stuff, and my brother is someone who is very, very prone to being isekai. I would play it very, very playfully, but like natural spirits, like the ones that you find in nature, elementals really like him for some reason, but they don't like me. They hate me, in fact. The only time that I kind of had an encounter with them is that one time they were bothering him. He went to me, he came to my bed, and I hugged him, trying to protect him from whatever. And I felt a scraggly, pointy finger scratching on my arm that was hugging my brother. And you know what I did? Oh, hey, Sai. I was just telling them about that one time. Um, an elemental was trying to get my brother, and he went to my bed and I was hugging him, and the elemental was like scratching on my arm. And what I did was I cursed at him. I was literally like, putang ina, pagod na pagod ako, may pasok ako mamaya, tantanan niyo ako. And that was it. They went away. They ran away. Yes, I think so too, that I'm naturally protected. And I'm kind of torn about that because in this line of work, it's kind of beneficial if you can actually see. But at the same time, I think I wouldn't be able to perform my work as well if I see them visually. I will be very, very scared because like I could like see them, but not with my eyes, if that makes sense. I get mental images, and they're not very pretty. They're scary. I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that shit. Really, stay away. But sometimes they appear very pretty, and that's even scarier when they appear pretty because that means they're trying to get you because they would show you someone you like or someone they think you would like. So I know because it kind of happened to me. It's a funny story, and it's not safe for work. It's not safe for work because I used to smoke. I don't do it anymore. I got addicted to computer games. That's how I started smoking. I mean, stopped smoking. So, but back then, I used to smoke alone in my backyard, and I would go out. And since I live in the mountains, I don't have like neighbors who would spy on me. So I would go out just in a t-shirt and my underwear, and like I don't have pants on. I'm literally in my panties. I would be smoking in front of my door, not giving a damn in the world because what? Who's gonna see me? The capre or whatever. Oh, it's not required for you to give me your full name. It's just better if you give me like a name or whatever that I could identify you as, just so that we could connect spiritually. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh, I was like literally in my panties and a t-shirt, of course. I'm not going out topless. And I would be smoking outside. So that's also part of why I don't smoke anymore because of what happened. Um, so anyway, I started dreaming about this guy. He is long haired. He looks very, very pretty. He kind of looks like this ball jointed doll that I've had like the hugest need for. It's not a want, it's a need. Anyway, oh no, I stop saying his name. Yes, he introduced himself. That's the name. I'm not gonna say the name because I, I'm traumatized. I'm traumatized. Anyway, that's the name of the spirit, or at least that was how they wanted me to call them. Like they're very fucking pretty. Like, ooh, take me on. Anyway, so he introduced himself. He was in my dream. He was like in front of a tree in front of my house where I would usually roam around without pants on. And like, yeah, he introduced himself. And as soon as he said his name, my dream stopped. I woke up and I was like, what the fuck was that? And then after that, like I slept again, I felt something wet touching my back. I sleep alone in my room. I do have a cat, but my cat is not wet. She usually like stays outside my room at night, so that definitely wasn't my cat. So yeah, he's been trying to touch my back, and it wasn't a pleasant thing. I know this story because I kind of play it off as a fun thing, but it's not. It's really not. And what's scary about this is that I know that it's a bad thing that I should not want to see them, but at the same time, I felt something different. Like, how you would think if you were bewitched, like someone fed you something and it's like some gayuma. That's the feeling. And I was like, no, 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 this is wrong. I don't want to go with this elemental thingy. And needless to say, I kind of freaked out. I burnt incense like crazy. Yeah, I prayed over in Latin. I did all the stuff required to drive them away because they were not stopping, and they kind of wanted me in weird ways. He's really weird. Like you would think people are weird, like people online are weird. No, he's a lot weirder and a lot scarier because he kind of wanted me in two ways. One is like, because I'm hot. Let's just establish that. He wanted me because I'm hot, but at the same time, he wanted me because of the things I can do, like spiritually, like the tarot reading and stuff. He's attracted to that. And honey, I'm expensive. I can't. Long story short, he kind of stopped. I hope he doesn't return. I hope they don't show up anymore, although he's hot. I know that that is just a facade to lure me in. Anyway, this was not part of the plan. I wasn't supposed to be talking about that incident. I decided that no, I wouldn't talk about it because, when these types of things happen, I really, really recommend not talking about it anywhere, especially if you're in a place where there are a lot of trees, nature, because the more they hear you talk about it, the more they are intrigued. They're like, oh, so you know about us. Oh, so you're interested about us. What if? That type of deal. So, yeah, if you like that type of stuff, I really suggest not talking about it in places where they might exist because they're very curious about people and more so about people who are also curious about them. Just like, how when you have a crush and you hear your crush talking about you. Yes, honey, I'm expensive, literally. Look at me. Anyway, I should stop talking about scary things. This is supposed to be a light-hearted stream. Okay, again, I am going to play A Taste of the Past, and it's a very, very short game. The recommended game time is around 30 minutes. Yes, I am going to stream exactly at 12 in the morning. Let's just go to my playing overlay. Let's see. Hold on. Oh wait. I'm lost. Okay, there we go. Are we on? Yes. So, oh, I am sending you all my positive energy. Don't be afraid. I'm right here and they can hear me talk. If ever there's anyone who is bothering you that you cannot see, just play any of my streams. I'm like real life Chonghyun. The spirits hate me unless they think I'm hot. And if that's the case, then you don't have a problem either because they would go to me instead of you. Okay, this game is A Taste of the Past. It is, hold on, let me just put down the volume. I mean, the music is nice, but let's turn the volume down so I can hear myself. Okay. So, actually, it would be nice if everyone goes through with me in this game, like blind. Let's see what will happen. Okay, am I supposed to click her? She's very, very cute. At one point, I had this same exact hairstyle for a long time. Okay, I click her. What is going on? Ingredients: soy sauce, sesame oil, mushroom. Is that onions, carrots, noodles? I don't know what's going on. Okay. Ang susunod na estasyon ay recto. Charet. Okay, even the ingredient list is indistinguishable. Yeah, honey, I can't see anything. The pages are weathered and torn, proof of generations of recipes passed down. Mom used to prop the recipe book on the kitchen counter as she made me scallion pancakes before class. Oh, that's interesting. I thought scallion pancakes was a Korean thing. This is actually Chinese, and they also have that. Hot pot for special occasions. Well, for me, every day is a special occasion. So if I come by, I would not say no if you give me hot pot. Long noodles for my birthday. Oh, we have that similar. Long noodles, pancit for birthdays for long life. My first birthday without her. I begged for the recipe growing up, but she always reassured me that it was Mom's secret. We used to make dumplings together every Sunday afternoon, dipping our fingertips into water to connect the peel. The fresh smell of chives as the gyoza hit the hot oil. I can't remember the last time we cooked together. She eventually only put thought into her cooking for work potlucks. Cooking for people who've never heard of chili black bean sauce. Dad never understood our love for youtiao. How would meticulously dip the dough into congee. I knew her less and less, hearing about her day through eavesdropping on phone calls. Of course, you're not there when I need you the most. That's really sad. She's talking about her mom, right? Or What's that about her dad? I don't know. Let's read. Oh, hold on. That would be my phone. Let mommy just mute the phone for a bit. Thank you. Oh, she fell asleep. Now she's away. I can't believe I fell asleep. I bet I missed my stop. Where is everyone? Okay, where are we? Are we in Recto? Are we in Pureza? It's not showing me anything. I'm just gonna wait then. Our next station is Recto. Ang susunod na estasyon ay Recto. Honey, what's going on? Let me... Anything? Something? I just gotta watch her close and open her eyes? Okay, I see you. Honey, you're not supposed to... Oh, I get to control her. Oh, that's... Okay, I'm stupid. I didn't know that. Oh, I can use the WASD. Alright, I guess. Okay, we're walking. We're walking. Okay, great. Now it's a new scene. Oh, I can still walk? Yay. This is cute. Okay, they're old ladies. Not ladies, a lady and an old man. Grandma? Honey, last time I saw you, you were just a couple of feet tall. I thought it'd be years before we meet again. What's going on? I thought you were dead. Oh no, they're ghosts. Oh, May, I'm so sorry. Your mom left you too soon. You know about that? What is this place? I found her here, May. Even though it's been so long since your great-grandma died, I still remember it clearly. I saw her everywhere. I kept reliving all of these memories I had once forgotten. I understand how you must feel. Wait, Mom's here? Where can I find her? There's so much I need to tell her. You'll see her when you're ready. Okay, should we ask about the train or should we ask about Mom? I'm gonna... Train, Mom. If it were me, I would probably ask about the train because this is kind of weird. But let's see. Oh, sure, let's go with the train. Where am I? I know this must be jarring, but you're right where you need to be. What a fucking stupid answer. Sorry, Grandma, but like, stop giving us these riddles. This train has a way of bringing those in need of guidance to it. Am I dead? Am I dreaming? Okay, so we're definitely not dead because we have color, right? See? I was right. You're okay, dear. I have one more thing before I should let you go. Do you remember the first time you swam? When I was 6? I used to take you to the swimming pool every Friday after elementary school. You complained every time that your mom wasn't there. But she was cooking dinner for us. When you made it to the deep end for the first time, your mom made yumapo tofu, your favorite at the time. She loves you. You haven't been here for the past few years. She wasn't there then, and she's not here now. She has been there all of your life, even if you don't see it now. You know it's my birthday, right? Where is she for that? I know you must feel hurt, but she sacrificed so much to make sure you were cared for. Moving to America, giving up her dreams. If you want to take one thing from her, it's to love even when no one's watching. But how am I supposed to know she loves me if I don't see it? It's everywhere around you. Her waking up early to take you to school, working extra shifts to pay for your art classes. She never passed out any of her recipes though. She didn't want you to worry about cooking, so you should focus on school. Take this list and go to the fridge. Okay, there's a fridge in this. Alright. I promised your mom I'd give you this to you. I'd give this to you. Okay, let's move on. Are we okay? We're gonna talk to Grandpa. How do we do a Grandpa voice? It's been a while, May. I'm happy to see you again. Yeah, that works. That's what you get. Your grandmother hasn't been going well since your mother joined us. It wasn't her time yet. Can you tell me what's going on? Yeah, tell me what's going on. Why is there a fridge inside the train? That's my biggest question. Like, okay, I can accept ghosts in my train, but a fridge, that's a different thing. Because, like, I have seen trains with ghosts in movies, but this is the first time I'm hearing about a fridge. I'm sorry, but not yet. I never thought I'd get to talk to you again. Yeah, because they're dead. You know, they say you'll have all the time to sleep when you're dead. But your grandma still wakes me up in the morning to share the latest family gossip. Oh, grandma, somebody this. Oh, fridge for on the go snacking. Yeah, I wish I had that. Like, well, not as a dead person, but like right now, I want an on the go fridge. Does it have dead people food? You know what? All food is dead people food if you offer it. That's what I think. Yes, it's a ghost fridge. Sounds like her. So you live here? And grandma lives here too? Okay, they live on the train. That explains the fridge, I guess. They would need a fridge if they have to live on a train in their afterlife. That's weird. I guess you could say that. How are you holding up? I can't stop thinking about mom. I can barely get up in the morning. Remembering her is part of accepting that she's gone. You'll remember her when you hear her favorite song on the radio or when you set the table for dinner. But it'll also hit you when you see something beautiful and wish you could tell her. The truth is, you will never stop grieving her. Oh my god. Pause. I'm going to get a box of tissue because I don't think I'm gonna get through this without actually crying. Okay, now I'm ready. Bring it on. Stupid game. But you will learn to celebrate her life by cherishing these memories. I still can't bring myself to delete her voicemails. Honey, why are the lights like this? I tried to make her food, but the online recipes I found are never as good as hers. Soon you learn how to carry her with you properly. But for now, I want to know more about you. I haven't seen you since you finished middle school. How have you been? So, who do we talk about? Do we talk about dad or do we talk about art class? I feel that art class is like a fun thing to talk about, but if we want to get more emotional, we'll have to pick the dad. What do you think? Art class, okay. Mr. Leo, you remember him? Yes, your art teacher. He submitted he submitted my portrait of mom to the Mother's Day contest. Okay, we circle back to mom and the sad things. I see you. It'll be my first Mother's Day without her. I'm sure she wishes she could see your painting. How is school? It's been awkward. Everyone in class already walks in eggshells around me. Well, girl, you talk about your mom constantly. We asked you to talk about art, art. You talk about your teacher and your mom portrait. Everyone's gonna walk around on eggshells around you. I got sent home from class last week for crying. Honey, that would be me. Everyone asked me if I was okay, and I was like, no, I'm just a kid. And now my mom's. I thought I was gonna be sad, but like, I don't know. I find it funny that everything is circling back to this. Is this is this copium? Am I on copium? Because I don't want to cry. Well, then they started crying. That reminds me of preschool. Like, if one child cries and someone else sees or hears them crying, they're gonna have more than one student crying. So then I started comforting them, even though I'm the one with a dead mom. They were like, I can't imagine what I'd do if my mom died, but I don't have to imagine. I'm going to be reminded for the rest of my life that my mom's dead. Every holiday, when I get married, when people ask what my parents do, Thanksgiving is coming up, and I don't want to see everyone spending time with their parents, even though mom and I don't even do anything for Thanksgiving. It's the fact that I'll know that what can never be. And now I'm bitter about people who did nothing wrong to me besides be happy. Your feelings may not be necessarily right, but they're human. Your mom's passing is going to be painful and awkward and selfish, but that's okay. I promise you, you're holding up as any person would, and one day your classmates are going to understand where you're coming from. Take care of yourself, May. We're all thinking of you. And is it done? Can I walk now? Yes, I'm gonna walk. Oh, that's the fridge? Is this the fridge? Yes. Okay, fridge. Alright. So what are we going to do? Noodles. This is the noodles. Okay, click. Mushrooms here. Scallions. Sesame oil. It's this one, right? Okay, we're done. Then what do we do? Okay, we walk on. Alright, we're gonna talk to these aunties. Hi, have I met you before? You look familiar. May? Is that you? Who are you? I haven't seen you since you were a baby. I'm your great-grandmother. Why does great-grandmother look a lot younger than the grandma from earlier? She's supposed to be her mom, right? Okay. So great-grandmother is a MILF. Okay, we proceed. Oh my god, there is a Manananggal raid. Hi, everyone. We are playing. Um, Hi. Oh, oh my god. Manananggal Halia is here and is ready to take your babies unless you give her some kisses. Honey, don't threaten me with a good time. Don't threaten me with a good time. I'm a big simp of Halia. I will give her all the kisses. What are you saying? So, oh, she can have all my organs, baby. All of it. Take me. Wait, I need to get myself together because I'm playing a game for everyone. And hi, if you are new here, my name is Bibi Bakunawa. I mostly do karaoke, tarot card reading, play games, mostly Valorant. But right now I'm playing a game and I forgot the name of the game because I got a raid from Halia and I am a simp. And now I'm just anyway. So yeah, she can have all the kisses, all my internal organs. I have very healthy internal organs. As you see, I am a Bakunawa, a dragon. So yeah, I'm magical, baby. If you eat me, I'm not just delicious, I am also nutritious. Why am I marketing myself to be eaten? Guys, take a screenshot. She said she loves me too. Honestly, I'm gonna do the screenshot myself because why the hell not? Why the hell not? It's Halia and she's one of the prettiest women I've seen. Hi, welcome to my stream. My name is Bibi. I'm usually not having a gay panic mess like right now. It's just when I see people as hot as Halia. Hi, thank you. Yes, I'm a healthy queen. Yes, I simp hard. I lurk in her streams. Yes, eat me, please. I eat moons and that keeps me healthy. That also makes me magical. So I think if Halia eats me, she will inherit some of the powers. You can schedule dinner in my DMs. No, I'm kidding. But like, if she DMs me, I'm fine with that as well. Just saying. Yes. Oh, Alab, you're the what? Wait, what? Ibong Adarna, right? I see you. Hello, Halia. I'm so sorry for being a simp live. Got on 4K. Okay, so I'm just earlier I was like getting real sad because the game is sad. It's about this girl whose mom died, and then I saw raid from Halia. I'm like, okay, gay panic. Gay panic. It's okay. It's fine. I'm just gonna compose myself, honeys. Anyway, welcome to my stream. Have a seat. Yes, have some tea, and let's continue playing this game. So we're in this train right now, and in the train we have been meeting the ancestors of this young lady. Her name is May. Her mom just died and she has met her grandma, and this is the great grandmother. And I've noticed that the great grandmother looks a lot younger than the grandma, which I'm confused. Why is the great grandmother a MILF? Let's find out. I think Mom showed me a picture of you once. Hopefully it was a flattering picture. Mommy, you're so pretty. What are you saying? You're dead and you're hot and you look hotter than your daughter. It's gonna be flattering. How are you? I don't know. Grandma, she's doing very badly. Fix this child. Have you had the funeral yet? It was last week. I took my sister to the mall to shop for a black dress, and it was weird. Like, what am I supposed to say when the sales associate asks me, looking for anything in particular today? Yeah, you're supposed to tell her that you're looking for a black dress and not trauma dump on her. I think that's the answer to that. And it's not just that. Who's going to take me to 99 Ranch? Who's going to watch scary movies with me? You get a boyfriend for that. Or a girlfriend. Or both. Or a non binary lover. I don't care. Just get someone to watch scary movies with you. And yeah. I'm sorry, I'm being so mean. I know she's grieving, but honey, part of me doesn't want to be happy because that will mean I've accepted her death. But that's what your mom would want you to do. Be happy. I reconnected with your mother here recently. All she talked about was you. Do you want her to hear what she said? I'm going for a yes. Because, heck no, I'm not gonna do a very, very emo answer and say, no, it'll hurt too much. Let's go for a yes. Oh, good night, Alab. I hope you have a very, very restful sleep tonight. And hello, Magindara. The story is sad. Yes, the story is very sad. And it ruined the mood when I ladled here. But we're fine. We're going back on track. She said that she could not be more proud of you. She told me about how your robotics club made it to finals. Oh, she's a fucking nerd. I love her. How boldly you paint your love for 80s music. She remembers all these things about your life. That's how you know she loves you. I didn't know how she felt that way. Yeah, because you were busy being a crying little bitch, but I'm not gonna tell you that, honey. You'd think that if everyone goes through loss, that we learn a better way to cope. We have the stages of grief to guide us. But grief doesn't know it's supposed to be linear. I feel like I'm going through the 4 stages all at once. You can take all the time you need. I wish we had more time so I could get to know you better, but I should let you go. Okay, let's move on to the next auntie. Who is this? Oh, I thought it was an auntie. It's great-grandpa. Hi, you must be my great-grandpa? You must be May. I need to ask, how's being a teenager in your time? Kind of terrible. Now I know who she takes it from. It's from the great-grandpa. Look at his line. Sounds like things haven't changed then. I'm sorry about your mother, but let's get your mind off it, okay? Okay, he's sensible. We can talk about something else. Anything you want to know about me? What are these choices? What is it like being dead? Or how did you meet my great-grandma? Which one do you want to ask? Do we ask the first one? Because that's what I would probably ask if I was in her situation. But I think it's more appropriate to ask him about grandma if we want to take our mind off the whole mom is dead thing. You know what? You're right. Let's just go for it. As far as I can tell, you're all of the same things you were when you were alive. I still tease your great-grandma about her ugly sweaters. I still share my war stories for whoever will listen. Is it lonely here? Do you miss the real world? I don't mind it here. I get to spend as much time as I want with the people I love. Simp! Although I do miss my pigeon friends at the park. Oh, they don't have pigeons in the afterlife? Sucks to be them. My turn to ask you, what makes you happy? Going on walks in the neighborhood with mom, falling asleep to the sound of rain, listening to throwback songs in the car. That's good. The small things are always worth holding on to. I have to be honest with you. I had a complicated relationship with your great great grandparents. You'll meet them in the next train car. Are we going to meet like up to how many great 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 grandparents? Because we are like at the great grandparents level now. They're interesting people. So I'm guessing his wife's parents didn't really like him, or he didn't like them. That's what you say when you don't like your other half's parents or family in general. They're interesting people. You don't say, oh, they're nice, they're really lovely. They're just interesting. Interesting, derogatory. It wasn't until they passed that I understood them. After my dad died, I had to pick up his stuff from my childhood house, and it was only then that I realized how similar we were. Navigating the familiar roads in my neighborhood, working to provide for my family, wondering what my purpose was. You're lucky you had this bond when your mom was living. Losing isn't Losing her isn't lucky. She was barely there and when she was alive. Oh, there are no pigeons in this afterlife. Does this mean there is a separate pigeon afterlife? Or are pigeons immortal? I think I would go with the last option. Pigeons are immortal. They just kind of, if you see a dead pigeon, it will instantly regenerate on a different part of the world. Oh wait, I like Aya's answer better. Pigeons are illusions. Yes, they are illusions made by the government to distract us from the fact that they are charging us too much taxes. That is why I'm in my own island. The government will never ever find me. Let me continue. You'll learn more about your mom as you grow older, and you'll understand what I mean. The train is quite dirty. Before you go, why don't you wash your hands after you travel further? Does that mean anything spiritually or culture-wise? I don't know, but we're gonna wash our hands. Oh, there's. Is this Is this a butch lesbian or a twink? I have no idea. Oh, yes, let's talk to the butch lesbian slash twink. Hey kid, I heard you need a ticket to ride the train. What? I'm just messing with you. Just some. Oh, it's a twink then. Something us great uncles do. I'm still confused how this train works. I'm going deeper and deeper in time. Each cart houses a generation, and you, my dear, have reached the best part of the train. I wouldn't take your great grandparents too seriously, though, especially your great grandfather. He's been telling me the same story from the war for decades now. What's my purpose here? What are these ingredients for? You're gonna cook. Obviously, unless you wanna munch on hard noodles. See, even the uncle agrees with me. Shouldn't it be obvious from how everyone's talking to you? About mom? She left something for all of us to give you. Why me though? Why not dad? Because you're her daughter. From the day you were born, you became her world. And because having kids means finally someone will laugh at your jokes. That doesn't long though. Ah, what are these? I didn't feel like I was her world. Were you a parent? Let's just ask him about his kids, or do you want to go all emo? I didn't feel like I was her world. Which one should we choose? You know what? I feel that whether we say something emo or we go for the asking about our great grand uncle's family, we're still gonna get to the same ending. So let's just ask about him. I am. You never stop being a parent even when you're dead. When my wife was pregnant, I was terrified. I felt like I should have prepared more, had more patience, earned more money, knew more. But then my son was in my arms and I knew everything was going to be okay. That's what being a parent is. Being okay as long as your kid is. Is that how my mom felt? I'm sure of it. You read every book and consult every doctor, and you still won't feel at ease until your child is safe. I wish mom could see me now and tell me everything's going to be okay. There's still so much left for me to do, and she can guide me through any of it. What's left? Tell me. What do you have to do? I haven't even finished high school. I have to fall in love, get my heart broken, go through an emo phase. Honey, you're going through it right now. Find myself, work at the bookstore down the street like I always dreamed of. I have to paint something greater than I've ever done before. One day you will do all of those things, and we'll be here cheering you on. People told me I would be famous, but look, I'm in a video game. Oh, poor old Ray, cutie. He's my favorite character now. Huh? Don't worry about it. Your mom told me to give you these noodles. You can boil them on the stove before you go. Okay, so we walk to the stove and, okay, press it. Select the right temperature to 80 degrees Celsius. How do I do that? Oh. Is that it? Is that it? That's it, right? I don't know. What am I supposed to do? Okay, is that it? Honey. Oh, okay. Okay, now we have to do 110 degrees Celsius. Okay, are we doing good? Does it have to be like exact? Okay. It's not doing anything. Am I stupid? Am I dumb? I promise I know how to cook in real life. It's just that I don't know what I'm... Is this the right way? How do I... Honey, how? Is this it? Should I click somewhere? Okay, should I click there? No? No? Okay, I am officially stressed by this point and click game because it's not... This is how I did it earlier, right? I need the bar to pass 110, okay. Like that. It's not working. Because earlier when we were at 80... Okay, that works. It has to be inside. Okay. You see, I'm not totally stupid at this. Okay, should we talk to him again? No, we're walking out. We just boiled the water. Hey. Oh no. Did we talk to him again? Or are we going to the... Oh. Oh. Okay, click and hold to wash your hands. Click and hold, click and hold, click and hold. Okay, we good? It's okay. We're clean now. Can we pass through? Okay, we can pass through. Is this Mom? Oh, yeah. Honey, I can't read that. Although I have actually studied Mandarin in class, like an actual language class in college, I took 6 units. I was really horrible when it comes to writing and reading. I could talk to the teacher and he was like very frustrated with me because when it was like class time, we were just talking to each other. I was very, very active and he thought I was getting it. But during written exams, I have no idea what is going on. So, therefore, I would not be able to read these 2 characters. Hi, May. I'm... Insert name here. It's an honor to meet you. Your grandmother told me that you're an artist. I'd like to hear about what art you do. I paint watercolor portraits. I see. I also do watercolor, and I haven't moved on from actual traditional drawing, so that is why most of the art that you will see on my pages are not mine because I don't really do much digital. I'm more of a traditional kind of person. What have you done recently? I did a painting of Mom and me. She's the sun and I'm the moon. You can't have one without the other. I made it for Mother's Day, but Mom never got to see it. You must really care for your mom then. I just wanted her to notice me. I'm starting to think she always did. I don't know if anyone's told you, but I used to paint as well. I did traditional brush paintings of mountains and trees. Painting's the only time I feel like my old self. No one tells me how I'm supposed to feel. Have you ever written poetry on your paintings? That's what I used to do in my time. I'd sometimes write in my own house, or I can't read the first character. Like, I know the components of it, but I know that's not how you read the word. The second character is the, I think, or am I mistaken? We'll never know. I only ever write in my journal. I'm not... Oh, wait, it's her talking. I only ever write in my journal. I'm not poetic or anything. How about you try now? Okay, so do we write a poem about painting? Or do we write a poem about moving on? I think we should write a poem about moving on because that's exactly what you need to do. You know, write about it and just move on. Let's pick that. Here goes nothing. Grief is a book where the words... Is it out of order or forgotten their meanings? Let's see. Grief is a book where the words... I think the first one fits kind of more because when you're very, very sad, nothing makes sense. And like, there's no beginning and no proper ending to it. Sometimes you just go into a spiral of sadness. I shouldn't be discussing this. What is this game trying to make me do? The pages can no longer make us forget. Grief is a book that burns. Every time someone tells me to move on, or tells me they're sorry or pretends they understand. Let's see. Let's go with the second one because when when you were grieving, a lot of people would tell you that they understand, but at the same time, you feel that they don't. Well, they probably do, but when you're at the moment of grief, you'd feel that nobody understands you. Only you can feel this type of pain. Okay. A book with its spine torn out that throws itself into the fire without anyone caring. Grief is a book that cannot take you to another world. Grief is love lasting through death. Grief is love that has lost its path. I would go to the first one because, yeah, grief is love lasting through death. Where the daughter cannot listen to certain song, must face when her mother is gone. Let's go for the second one. I think it hits a lot harder if you phrase it that way. Where the ending is already written. Are you sure this is your first time doing poetry? One more thing. Your mother wants you to chop and fry these vegetables. Don't forget before you move on. Okay, let's go and chop some veggies then. Oh, here it is. Oh, there's a puppy. Okay, I'll pet you later. I'm going to have to chop up some vegetables. Pick up the knife, chop the veggies, and put the knife back where you found it. Okay, I got the knife. Okay, and then let's chop, 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 chop. Okay, we have chopped up all the vegetables. Now, can we pet the dog? Ruff, ruff. Aw, he's adorable. Hey, that's it. That's it. I can't do anything else with this dog. I need to pet him. Look at him. He's very chunky and cute. Oh, another twink. I can't read his name anymore. So, I'm sorry, I'm just gonna have to name him something else. And since he is a twink, my favorite twink is Meng Yao. So, thank you. He is now Meng Yao. Everyone's been talking about you. I'm Meng Yao. I'm May. Nice to meet you. I heard about your mom. It's going to be hard, but you need to take care of your sister. Your dad is busy with his job. She lost her mom too. She needs her older sister to be there for her. I know, but I'm barely holding on myself. Look, loss doesn't come easy. My mom died when I was 5. Oh no, this is very Meng Yao. His mom died when he was little. I take it back. Let's go back, chat. But your grandma made sure you could have a better life in America. And you shouldn't throw that away because your mom's gone. You need to take responsibility of your sister. I'm trying. It doesn't have to be much. Just make sure she's had dinner, finished her homework. Do you understand? I guess. You're lucky that you have food on the table. Back in my day, we could only eat meals like yours for New Year's. Just because you've gone through that doesn't mean I can't suffer too. You need to understand the value of work. Your dad has to pay for your art classes by himself now. Haven't you considered that? Oh, good night, Jin. I hope that you had fun listening to me. Let's see each other again soon, and I'll be continuing reading this. Oh, Leah's still here. Be still, my heart. I'm gonna go back to my mindset of this sad story. Haven't you considered that? But Mom put me in painting classes, and it's one of the only things that make me happy. Listen, I just want what's best for you. Think about it, okay? Okay, so do we cook again? Or, oh yeah, we do cook again. So we are going to probably just do this. And yeah. Why are you not locking in? Okay, this is simple enough. Alright, mommy's got you. Okay. Alright, can we... Okay, we could move on to the next part of the train. Oh, this ancestor is hot. And yeah, thank you. He's sleeping, so... Oh, we have to disturb the sleeping... okay. Never mind. Let's go to the hot lady over here. You sure how to... No, me and my backbling. Okay. You sure know how to keep a lady waiting. Is this the last train? You can keep exploring, but no one else will know a thing about making noodles. You know how to make the long noodles? You mean longevity noodles? I'm the one who created the original recipe. But I'm missing one of the ingredients. All I know is that your mother told me to give you this. Wood ear mushroom? She remembered. I feel terrible. Of course she did. She's your mom. The long noodles represents a long life. That's why you eat it on your birthday. This is your mother's final gift to you. A reminder of your Chinese heritage. You can get through this, May. Your mother told me you're a strong woman. People keep telling me that after she died, but I didn't do anything. I just begged the universe, my friends, whatever god there might be, that she would come back. I wish I knew right where Dad's favorite udon noodles are. I wish I knew how to celebrate my identity like how she did, knowing the right amount of sesame oil to add to wontons, navigating 99 Ranch like my home, preserving my culture for the next generation. Not live in an empty house of people who forgot Mom as she was, spirited and wise, who taught me how to hold a paintbrush. But you did something. You're carrying on her heritage and taking care of yourself. That's what she would have wanted. What do you want to do now? Okay, do we stay longer or do we go home? I think we should go home, but at the same time, if there are extra things in the train, I would love to see them. What do you think, guys? Let's stay here a little longer. I want to learn more about painting and hear Grandma share stories about Mom. I wish I could give you more time, but you need to get home soon. After you've mixed the noodles, you've done all you need to do. There's a bowl at the end of the train. Okay, should we go? Okay. Where are we mixing? Oh, here. Let's remember carefully. What am I supposed to do? Oh shit! Okay. Okay. Alright, let's move on to the next part. Okay, we are in this part of the train again. I see where the grandparents are. This is the grandmother, right?
Mom?
Oh no, it's
Is
the
that
mom.
you?
Oh,
Happy birthday, May.
we actually
I
have
can't believe you're here.
voice acting.
So much has happened ever since you left. I need you back.
You know I can't leave.
But why did it have to be so soon? Why couldn't you stay for my graduation or be there for my robotics final?
I wish I could have stood by you through all of those moments.
No. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I never appreciated how you took extra shifts to put me through art class. I'm sorry I don't help Dad enough. I'll do anything for you back, please.
You don't have to be sorry for anything. Do you remember the first time I made you noodles? You were in the 3rd grade, so small and curious. The store ran out of bean sprouts and you suggested wood ear mushrooms. From then on, that ingredient became our tradition. Our cultural heritage is shaped by these small moments. You've always been a part of that.
I'm everything I am today because of you. I never thanked you for making kanji for me when I was sick, or for believing in my paintings.
Don't worry. Just knowing that I'll always be in your heart brings me peace.
Thank you, Mom, for everything. I wish we could have dinner together one last time.
I'm sorry for leaving so soon.
You did more than enough for me. You were the greatest mom I could have asked for.
May, I want you to keep painting. Ask Dad to take you to that New Order concert. Live like you did before my passing, spirited and open.
I don't know if I can do that without you.
I'll always be with you. It looks like this is your stop. I love you. Always.
I love you too. Goodbye, Mom.
Okay, we get a cutaway scene from 6 years ago. Scoop a small spoonful of mixing to the center. Then use your spoon to connect the wrapper, like this. I'm not crying. You all are. Wait. Let me just. Yes, I'm not crying. But how do we add the soup? Some of the filling will become the soup. All we have to do is wrap the rest of these and steam them. Wanna try? Okay, we're gonna do some cooking game while I cry. What am I supposed to do? Pull this? Why is it? Okay. Okay. Oh, no. Oh, here. Oh, we gotta make all of them? Alright. Okay, that's bigger. Oh, it became smaller. Alright. How many of these are we supposed to make? Chat, do you need tissue? I have tissue with me. Oh, wait, why is it? Okay. Okay, I think we have to fill up the whole plate. And then one more. Yes, probably one more. Last one. Let's pull it. Another pull. And maybe one more. How many do I have to make? I'm not very good at wrapping food. Like, I can cook, but food preparation to make it pretty is something that I'm not very adept at. Okay, let's continue. That's perfect. I knew my girl was a fast learner. I think I should do the lolly voice here. After dinner, can we go to the pool? Ask Grandma. She can take you. But I want you to go with me. I have to clean up after dinner. Please, pretty, please. Okay, how about this? If you clean up with me, we can all go together.
Yes! Grandma, Mommy said she can go to the pool with us today.
Don't go so fast. We have to finish these dumplings first.
Where did you learn to make such yummy food?
Your grandmother taught me.
Who taught Grandma?
Her mom taught her. One day you'll teach your kids. May, I want to talk to you about school tomorrow. You're starting the 6th grade.
Don't remind me.
Middle school is going to be even more challenging, but I know you can get through it. I was looking through my stuff today when I found a card you wrote me when you were in 2nd grade. Your teacher had you all write letters for Mother's Day. You said you were lucky to have me as a mom, but really, I'm lucky to have you. I get to have a little girl who's the brightest person in every room. As moms, we're always thinking about how we can raise our kids better. If our kids will be good people or smart. I think if it's a child, they're going to be concerned if they are smart, right? Or wait. Yeah, at this age.
Am I smart?
Of course. Remember though, smart kids can only be successful if they work hard.
But I want to play forever.
I don't make the rules, silly child. May, don't forget how brightly you shine. You see the world with all this care. Don't let that go.
You really think so?
Of course. I want you to know how much I love you, is all. Okay, we have noodles, we have soy sauce. What are we gonna do? Noodles, where are the noodles? Okay, noodles. Oh shit, soy sauce. Okay, some more, alright. Done. Soy sauce, where is your soy sauce? 1. I'm gonna put a little bit more, make it a little saltier. Done, I guess. And then veggies and toppings. Top off with some veggies. Okay, let's put in some carrots. Oh, I have to put them one by one. Just a little. I'm going to put in a lot of mushrooms. I love mushrooms. Because mushrooms are kind of weird. They're not animals, but they're not plants either. But they are very, very tasty. That is... Okay. Scallions. Where do I put the scallions? In the middle? Oh. More. Yes. More. More. Sorry. And then we get sesame seeds. Oh, wait. How do I... Okay. I love sesame seeds, so we're gonna have to... Okay, done. Do I put in more carrots? One more. Another one over here, just for the vibe. I don't really like carrots in soups or things like this, but for the vibe, it looks kind of cute with the green, so we have to put just one more over here. Oh, it doesn't want me to. Fine, done. He loves scallions. Oh, me too. I kind of like the spicy type of vegetables, and they're not vegetables, right? Anyway, scallions are kind of crunchy and spicy-ish at the same time, so I love it. Okay, let's continue. We're back in what it seems like a normal train.
I went to 99 Ranch the other day. My first time there without you. Did you feel emotional the first time you came to America? You must have been so excited to find an Asian supermarket and not just one exotic shelf in the grocery store. I walked past the aisles, the lychee jellies you used to buy me as a kid, the grandmas gossiping at the produce section. All those times I used to sneak Hello Panda in our shopping cart. I didn't know what brand of udon to buy. I tried to call you, but you couldn't answer. Then a lady came up to me. She grabbed udon off the shelf and told her daughter, "This one is my favorite." And just like that, I knew you were watching over me. I don't know how things are going to change, but I'll keep painting. I'll help Dad take care of Amy. I'll take everything you've given me and continue to love our family. I'm hopeful for the future, and all it took was a taste of the past.
Okay, and that was A Taste of the Past. Hold on. I'm not crying, honey. You are. What do you mean I'm crying? Okay, so that was a very, very nice game. Let's just go back to my chatting screen. There we go. So I hope that you enjoyed that game as much as I did. It at some point really did bring tears to my eyes, but we had to power through it, Smile through the pain, smile through the pain. Grieving is such a weird thing. It doesn't really have a timeline, like I've said. Sometimes it goes into a spiral. You think you're good, and then the next thing you knew, it's back again. The pain is there again, especially when it comes to someone that you love who passed away recently. Well, not that recent, but like just this year, I learned how to play Minecraft for the sole reason of making a cemetery. So I joined my brother's Minecraft server with the sole intention of making a cemetery for some of my beloved friends who have passed away over the pandemic. I don't want to say the word, but yeah, over the course of 2 years, and I couldn't really go see them at the last moment because it's 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 the situation. You can't just go anywhere, and all these people are just like not alive anymore, and you're just left wondering why, and you can't even ask their families or their other close friends because everyone's grieving. And now that cemetery actually happened. It actually Aya, who was in the chat earlier, I don't know if she's still here. She was the one who helped me make a cemetery in that Minecraft server. Yeah, we also have, well, not alive people there. I mean, not unalive people. We have my dead Minecraft pets, Doja Cow and Beast Burger, because I named those two cows so that I would know that it's them and I won't kill them when we need food, because they were like the original cows of the island. And sadly, by accident, I have unalived Doja Cow. So we were left with Beast Sugar. And I accidentally unalived Beast Sugar. So she was like very sad about it. I was also sad, but at the same time, it was funny because, oh no, our original cows. So yeah, we have a cemetery where we keep Doja Cow and Beast Sugar's memories. I also have a bird there, Miemingje. He was blown up by a creeper. I still hate creepers to this day because of that. His brother Niu Sang stays by his crypt and takes good care of him. We also have the, what do you call that? Wandering merchant, traveling merchant, the trader guy, the one in blue with two llamas. I always end up killing him in any server whenever I see him because I see the llamas, I see the lead, and yeah, I don't want to buy anything from him because he's a scammer anyway. I just remembered in our server, I didn't know anything. Like, I just entered there. My brother was teaching me stuff. So if he didn't know it, I wouldn't know it either because I was a total noob. And this trader comes along and he is showing me ancient debris. At that time, I already had some ancient debris because, yeah, we've been pretty established at the time that specific trader showed up. So we had one ancient debris, and I was like telling my brother, "Oh, he's selling ancient debris. If you give him an emerald and an ancient debris, he'll give you 8." And I didn't know that it wasn't actual ancient debris, but player heads that you can wear, and it looks like ancient debris. I It was my fault that I got scammed. I didn't know. In my defense, all my Minecraft knowledge is passed down from my brother and his friends. So if they didn't tell me, I wouldn't know. I just recently joined another Minecraft server because that server with my brother is kind of dead. The kids are focusing on their studies. So I had to join a new one where there are people because I hate it when I'm all alone in the world and it's lonely. It's very, very lonely. So I joined this Minecraft server and yeah, I'm having fun because the people are very welcoming. When I got there, the first thing that they did was throw diamond armor at me. I was thrown diamond armor, emeralds, and many other things. And I've been telling them, "Oh, is this what being a stripper feels like? I'm receiving money." Like someone was throwing emeralds at me. Is this what a stripper feels like? Because I've always wanted to be a stripper, but not the stripping part, only the getting thrown money part. So yeah, I was sponsored for many, many things, which is really nice because I also do that in the other server. When a new friend comes along, I would be showing them around and I'll be telling them, "Oh, you can get your iron here for free. We have an iron farm. Just don't look at the subtitles. Don't look at how the iron golem is suffering part, and you're gonna be fine. Just get the damn iron." We also have like set up villagers who buy paper, and we have a giant, huge farm of basically paper because it's just automatically harvested sugarcane, which is a good thing because we actually worked on that. Even if I don't know how to do the flying machine thingy that harvests, they used the honey that came from our farm. We worked really hard to get our bees. Don't ask how long we had to walk and how many bees died and how many times we almost died because of trying to get bees. But yeah, we got bees and we used those bees to get the parts for the paper farm, and we're using that farm for the books that the paper that we are selling to the librarians so we can get more emeralds. And the emeralds we use for a lot of things. We actually have a complete set of enchanted diamond armor being sold and enchanted diamond gear. The only thing that we can get from the villagers concentration camp, we call it Auschwitz. The only thing we can't get from that is netherite. We have to mine for netherite. Technically, I have powers to give them netherite, but I won't do that. I don't abuse my powers like that, although it's very, very tempting. Anyway, it was a great time hanging out with you guys. I hope, well, I know that no one is actually happy about the story because it's about death, but I hope that you enjoyed that in our own little way. Like, I enjoyed it aesthetically. I loved the color palette, the way they drew the art. I didn't really like the voice acting, but I can forgive that. But I also like the writing. The writing was very good. It was spot on. The concerns of someone whose loved one passed away. It is kind of similar all throughout humanity. It doesn't matter what culture you're from. If someone you love passes away, you're gonna go through the same grief cycle. Anyway, to end the night, I would like to thank everyone for staying with me. I am very sorry for not having a very consistent stream schedule yet, but I promise I'm working on it. I'm trying really hard to get my schedule together. It's because last week I was supposed to establish my schedule, but then again, some major changes in my day jobs schedule kind of stopped me from doing that. So, yeah, we are back to the drawing board. But I'm going to try to fix my schedule this week so that we will have a weekly schedule thingy that we can follow, so you would know when to catch me, so that it's not a surprise. I have a stream. I'm live now. So we're gonna have less of those surprises and more scheduled streaming. If you have any games that are nice like this one, the very short ones that we can do in one go, you can message me on Twitter or Facebook or any of my other channels, like here on YouTube. I'm actually streaming on YouTube right now. I don't know if anyone is watching because I cannot see the comments. I still haven't figured out how to get the multi-stream chat thing going. The Twitch comments are fine. It's showing up on my left, but the YouTube ones, I have no idea. So there's that. I'm gonna figure it out somehow. And yeah, I would just like to thank everyone who was new for staying with us. A big thank you to Halia for raising me. I still, she's so hot. I'm gonna shut up now. Anyway, I'm gonna still have to learn how to do all the other stream stuff, because for now the only thing I know is how to stream on Facebook, not Facebook, on YouTube and Twitch, and have the comments displayed. But aside from that, I still don't know a lot of things about streaming. I don't know how to do raids yet. Does anyone in the chat knows how to raid? I am not really sure because I don't know. Wait. Do you mind if I quickly Google how to raid in Twitch? Sorry, I know I say a lot that I am mommy, but most of the time it's mostly mostly I am a grandma. Oh, slash raid. Okay, who are we going to raid? I only have like 2 people here, and I'm okay. The person I'm going to raid, I just found him like last night, and I thoroughly enjoy his content because it was Minecraft. I love Minecraft for some reason. I know it's a game made for kids, but I'm a kid at heart. Even though I'm a thousand years old, some people say that I'm older than that, but let's just say I'm 1,000 years old. Anyway, I love playing kids games like Minecraft because it has a lot of creativity from the players, and it's multiplayer too, so it's fun. Anyway, his name is Zograd, and right now he's playing some Batman Legos. I don't know what that means, but he's really fun to watch. He's a VTuber dog, okay? If you noticed, I was so enamored by the dog from the game earlier. So, yeah. Thank you, Halia. Thank you for teaching me. I am a noob. Anyway, again, thank you very much. Thank you everyone for watching. I hope you have a great night. Say hello to Sawgrad for me. And that's it. I'll see you next time. Bye. Okay, how does that go? 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.